What's up, guys? Your boys, 22K13. We're going to talk about 10 ways WWE failed to give Divas a chance. And this comes from WhatCulture.com. When R-Truth joined Michael Cole, JBL, and Jerry the King Lawler on commentary during an episode of Raw earlier this year and encouraged fans to tweet #Give Truth a chance to get a shot at the Intercontinental title, an unexpected movement was born instead. Sick of seeing the WWE Diva giving matches which often last less than a minute, the WWE Universe used social media against the company and got #Give Divas a chance trending on Twitter for days. Major news outlets picked up on the fact that viewers wanted WWE female talent to get more TV time and opportunity, and Vince McMahon himself sent out a rare tweet to assure fans that they would indeed give their divas a chance. They failed. Months have passed, and the Diva division has shown very few signs of improvement. Matches may be longer, and costume-themed battle royals may be less common, but the WWE Divas are still getting nothing like the chances that the women of NXT receive. Why then have Vince McMahon and WWE creators failed to capitalize on the #Give Divas a Chance movement and improve the Diva division in a meaningful way? Here you will find the answer, along with an explanation as to how the Diva can still be saved. Number 10. Their matches still don't matter. One of the biggest complaints from fans was the fact that Diva matches will regularly run for maybe a minute and a half at the very most. As a result, these meaningless often became a good chance to take a toilet break during the 3-hour Raw, as their brevity made it abundantly clear that anyone skipping them wouldn't miss anything important. In recent months, Divas matches have definitely gotten longer, but their quality has not significantly improved. Putting a commercial break during them just serves to drag out the uninspiring matches which are still held back thanks to them having little to no meaning. It's wrestling for the sake of wrestling. At least when the WWE was focusing on Total Divas, fans would often get a match involving those ladies and then another revolving around the Diva title. Now, however, there just appears to be a single Diva match on each show, which is supposed to feel important, but still doesn't achieve anything for those involved. Number 9. Too much focus on the Diva title. A big part of why those matches don't really achieve anything is because they all tied into the Diva Championship. You would think that would make the title feel more important, but without a compelling story attached to these bouts, the current page storyline is an almost step-by-step retreat of AJ Lee's feud with the Bellas. It's pointless. The Diva title has become a prop, and as it spent the past few years being exchanged between the same few people, it's hard to get excited about matches for it when they involve the same few people. This championship should be what all other women in the Diva division strive toward winning, but other storylines should exist in the meantime to build the likes of Alicia Fox and Summer Rae up to the point of competing for it. Instead, Divas will often disappear from television for weeks or months at a time while the focus is put squarely on the two women competing for this title, leaving everyone else out in the cold. After all, How can anyone get a chance when they only allowed to show up on Raw to interact with a C-list celebrity backstage during a cringe-worthy segment? Number 8. Half-hearted pushes. The problem with focusing almost solely on just the Diva champion and the one woman competing for it is that they get a brief push and quickly disappear after losing. The only way that will significantly change is if someone dethrones Nikki Bella, but it appears as if the WWE are intent on making her the new longest running Diva champion, so they no longer have to mention AJ Lee, the recently departed wife of controversial figure CM Punk. Naomi is the perfect example of this, even though her push only really came as a result of Paige needing to go and shoot a movie for WWE Studio. Regardless, her fans were excited to finally see Naomi taking aim at the Diva title, and despite the fact that the WWE once again retrieved old ground by pairing her with Tamina Snuka, things were looking good. That didn't last though, and since Paige had returned, Naomi had quickly been shuffled back into the background, making only a few sporadic appearances, mostly backstage. This would be like Kevin Owens suddenly vanished from television after losing to John Cena at Money in the Bank, but that would obviously never happen. Instead, it happened only with the Divas, and these half-hearted pushes make it clear how poorly they treated. Number 7. The same old faces. Remember when the Diva division wasn't dominated almost entirely by Paige and the Bella Twins? It's hard to, especially as it previously revolved almost solely around AJ Lee and the Bellas. And before that, AJ and Paige. The odd new face sometimes pop in, but usually only for a pointless tag match or to lose in order to make one of the above look strong. It's stale, and the WWE concentrating on the divas they know they can deliver means that there are many on the roster left out and not given the chance they deserve to shine. Emma and Summer Rae, two women who deliver fantastic matches down in NXT, are the perfect example of that. Even since the hashtag Give Divas a Chance movement launched, there are really only a very small handful of divas who have actually been given a chance. There are rumors that this current angle is going to accumulate with an NXT diva like Charlotte or Sasha Banks being called up to the main roster, but it's hard to imagine even one of them helping to improve the situation if Paige Van is any sort of indication. Number 6. Uninteresting storyline. The storylines used in the Divas division simply aren't compelling or interesting. For at least the past year or so, they've been rehashing various forms of an underdog diva facing off against the privileged total diva. However, with AJ Lee gone, they had to drop that, especially as Paige is now a part of the E-Series, but the general idea is still being used. In NXT, all it took was a few video packages exploring who Becky Lynch is to get fans rooting for her to succeed, while the tension between Emma and Bayley has also been fun to watch. The main roster diva barely have a decent story surrounding the diva title, never mind a B-tier story like the latter. Little to no effort has ever really been put into the story revolving around them, and while many fans argue that the reliance on Total Diva was a hindrance to the division, it at least gave the matches these women had a reason for being. Some effort is currently being made as Paige tried to rally her fellow divas to take on the Bella, but as that essentially exactly what AJ Lee did against the cast of Total Divas when the show started airing a couple of years ago. A fresh new direction is desperately needed. Number 5. Using them as props. If the WWE wants fans to start taking the Divas seriously, making them more the prop in embarrassing backstage segments with minor celebrities would be a good place to start. When the cast of Entourage appeared on Raw, they were surrounded by divas fawning over them, and so was Machine Gun Kelly as recently as last week. It no doubt does wonder for their ego, but it in turn makes the women of the WWE Diva division look foolish. Their screen time should be spent doing something meaningful, not getting those eye over guys who will be broken in half by so much as a shove from one of the WWE superstars, who are more famous than these guest stars anyway. They work with each week. A big part of why many viewers still tune out during Divas matches is no doubt down to how they perceive them. So until the WWE makes them feel as important as the men on the roster in terms of the kind of content they given to work with, nothing is going to change. Number 4. Killing Lana momentum. For further proof that the WWE creative is clueless when it comes to booking their female talent properly, look no further than Lana. Despite her intelligence to the villainous Rusev, the ravishing version was frequently met with "We want Lana" chant, and that later culminated in her severely tied with her abusive boyfriend in a surprisingly strong statement. However, rather than giving Lana anything meaningful to do on the show, she was quickly paired up with Dolph Ziggler and has since becoming little more than a good-looking prop who kisses him before matches. Rusev's injury has no doubt complicated matters for them, to be fair, but surely there's something. Anything better Lana could be doing than that. Simply put, it's a waste, and the direction they take has killed Lana momentum. WWE dropping the ball on a talent who had developed a devoted fan following is nothing new. Just look at Damien Sandow, but it's their approach to the Divas which is problematic. Number 3. Still no female commentator. When fans ask the WWE to hashtag give Divas a chance, they weren't just talking about the women who fight in the ring. Michael Cole has been a decisive figure for some time, but does know how to call a match. Unfortunately, that often goes out of the window when he's joined by JBL and Booker T. The former frequently non-statistically scream over matches and can be blamed for burying the Ascension when they made their main roster debut. Booker T meanwhile often spout complete nonsense, much of which is offensive, particularly when it comes to the Divas, and these three will more often than not spend an entire match bickering between themselves or making incredibly outdated reference. It's no bad thing that Jerry the King Lawler have recently been shuffled off to SmackDown, but even there his shouted and painfully unfunny jokes are joined by the two blandest and most interchangeable commentators of all time, Tom Phillips and Brian Saxton. The point is, WWE commentary is in desperate need of being freshened up, and a woman being added to the booth would do just that. Renee Young is a perfect candidate, and her work on both the WWE Network and pre-shows is proof of that, as is her time serving as a commentator on shows like NXT and Superstar. There was some rumbling around the time #Give Divas a Chance launched that this would happen, but it sadly still hasn't. Number 2. Studying face heel turn. It could be argued that in the Diva division, there are no heels or faces that because everyone seems to constantly switch between both. Last year, the Bellas broke up when the Bellas broke up when Nikki turned on Brie and ended up essentially turning her into her slave. Brie never got any sort of revenge, and the sisters were soon back to being best friends without explanation. They since been portrayed as both good and bad, and even when they clearly supposed to be healed, Brie will still deliver sympathy-grabbing promos about Daniel Bryan as Nikki comes to the ring all smile and interacting cheerfully with fans. It makes no sense. Fans make fun of the Big Show for switching between heel and face status, but that pales in comparison to how often Alicia Fox has turned in recent months. WWE creative changes the intelligence of divas on a whim to suit a current storyline, and their credibility is greatly damaged as a result. It leaves fans unsure about who they should be rooting for, and with no solid heels and face character in the Diva division, they all ultimately suffer. And number 1, talking about giving Divas a chance. The worst thing that the WWE could have possibly done with #Give Divas a Chance is to start frequently mentioning it on TV, as if it was their idea instead of one thought up by fans. When Fandango took off, it took no time at all for the company to give him a Titantron video, encourage fans to sing along and put together video packages of fans dancing along to the catchy theme. What started off as something cool started by fans was now corporate. #Give Divas a Chance is obviously a lot more important than that, but the point still stands. As soon as divas like Cameron started talking about wanting a chance, the movement lost a lot of its momentum as it became part of a short-lived storyline featuring divas who have already had plenty of chances over the years or aren't good enough to deserve one. This was ultimately an indication that the WWE simply didn't take the whole thing that seriously as they tried to make it part of what goes on in front of camera rather than behind them. That's the problem with #Give Divas a Chance. There's been a lot of talk, but little action. Well, that's it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Peace.